Hello, Assalamu alaikum.
Vanakkam and namaste to
TrashTalkers. Today we are here to celebrate upcoming high voltage match between India and Pakistan with our very beautiful guests here from India and Pakistan, of course. Like, who else can explain it better than the native people themselves? So we have Mehdi from India and we have Tausif from Pakistan. Welcome, guys.
Let's introduce Mehdi and Tausif in their own voice.
I'm from India, and as any average subcontinent kid, I used to follow cricket from my childhood, and it used to be, every brown kid's subcontinent, like, I want to grow up and become a cricketer. That for one day at least you have that thought. So I was that person, but yeah, couldn't reach there, but yeah, still, and cricket follow, I would say. So nice to be over here, actually.
What was the best, the rank that you reached?
Captain of the Indian cricket team, where I win the World Cup.
I mean, that was your expectation, but what actually you were able to achieve? Gully cricket, captain in the gully, in the mohalla, everywhere.
Yeah, so I became the substitute in the gully cricket.
Substitute even there.
Yeah, I was like the water boy in the gully cricket.
Nice.
Yeah.
So hi guys, this is me, Tausif from Pakistan. So unlike Mehdi, I'm not a crazy cricket fan, but I am a fan these days. That's because Team Pakistan is quite getting good in cricket, and that's why. So in my childhood, I used to play cricket, but then my friend, they didn't want me to play cricket.
So Tausif, you're the captain of the Tannenbush team.
Yeah, I'm the captain of the Tannenbush team, but in my childhood, I was not even a water boy. So that's why I didn't even learn to play cricket, because they don't want me to even be the water boy in the match.
Are you captain just because you have your own equipment? Is that the reason?
Yes. That's how gully cricket.
Yeah, in the gully cricket, the one having the bat is actually the owner of whatever is happening.
Yeah.
So I own the bats, the balls, the wickets, and everything. So that's why I'm the captain. Yeah.
That's nice. That's a very nice start to the podcast. And the guest that today we have is very relevant to the occasion, and of course this arc rivalry, which I think somehow it has turned into an occasional rivalry, more because from the Indian side. But yeah, we don't talk about
Why
that.
is it about the Indian side?
I think it's more related to politics now, and it's less related to the cricket, the spirit of the sports.
Yeah, but okay, let's keep it out and let's talk about cricket.
Yeah. Let's keep it out
the
and
politics out of the
I hope we can
politics out of the cricket from both the countries. Wow.
Yes. Okay, we can try about that. So guys, how is this experience? For example, we are not here as a wannabe cricket experts. We won't be talking about who should play, why should they play, pitch condition and all those things. We know all this very well. We cannot even debate on that. We do not have experience of years and years talking onto the TV shows without any reasons. But today we are here as fans, and we will discuss how actually a normal fan enjoys the cricket in their own countries, basically, and how big of an occasion is. This cricket itself is a big festival, I would say, in our countries. We have our own ways of celebration, so that we want to know today, how both of you in your own respective countries and regions enjoy the game.
Back in India, it's every time, since childhood, there was always this hype. So cricket, both in India and Pakistan, are the biggest sports, basically. So if anyone in India is likes sports, probably there's a high probability that the person actually likes cricket and watches cricket. So it's always big. Cricket's a big event. And India-Pakistan coming to the rivalry, I don't think it's a new rivalry. It's been an age-old rivalry between India and Pakistan. Yes. And there was a time when, both teams used to go on and battle each other. And there was a low time when, there was dominance of one of the teams. I'm not going to name the team.
The Indian team?
I'm not going to name the team, but they were dominating. So it wasn't a really balanced. But now it's come to a point where it's balanced again.
Yep.
And
is it?
Yeah, it's balanced actually. Yeah, it's balanced actually. So there's yeah, it is.
It is balanced.
I think you'll have to explain also on what basis.
Yeah, so over the past from for example 2021 World Cup, basically T20 World Cup, World T20, it became India used to generally win, other than some of the matches in 2017 Champions Trophy. Pakistan won. But after that, India won almost all the matches with Pakistan. So it was like pretty much one-sided for a long period of time. And then Pakistan came back and defeated India like in a very, authoritative manner. Actually, 10 wickets win it was. So that was the point when it kind of came back, the rivalry.
What do you think, Tosif?
So I'll tell you about how I used to watch cricket back in Pakistan. So whenever there's a match between India and Pakistan, so me, my two brothers, and my father, we used to sit in front of the television for the whole day if it's a one-day match. And I vividly remember that my father always in every match, my father is like, look at their faces. They don't even have a winning attitude. That's the Pakistani team.
Yeah.
And they always lose from India. And my father is like, I told you, look at their faces. They don't even have the winning attitude. And that's how we used to watch India-Pakistan matches. And for example, just like you mentioned, the 2021 World Cup that's when I like shifted to watching cricket or maybe supporting Pakistani team, because I asked one of my friends to screen the match in that student dorm, and we were like, okay, we'll go there, we'll have some Indian friends, we'll go there with an attitude of, okay, it's okay if we lose, that's how we play. So, but we didn't expect it that it's gonna happen like this.
Yeah.
And that's how I shifted to watching cricket and celebrating the Pakistani
So
team.
what I understood, after 2021, you started supporting
Yes,
Pakistan.
yes,
You were
yes.
supporting India.
Yeah,
before that.
I'm a plastic fan.
Oh, okay. So why are you supporting India then before that?
I was not even supporting India. I was not even. I was supporting India, but I wasn't even supporting Pakistan.
Because
so
he
you
knew.
were not even supporting the cricket as a game. Also.
Yes.
Yes.
I mean, if you know you're gonna lose, it's better to stay neutral, so that you don't face the embarrassment at
But
the
I
end,
think
right?
the way you're putting it, like the Pakistan always lost against India, that's not true. It's only true in the World Cups only. World Cups, it's not the other.
But still, it was a.
No, you can actually look at the stats. Like they have a history of the bilateral series also. And
Yeah,
India
you
and Pakistan or any team or something like this. Like before 2021 or something, still you had this passion in you, and I cannot say, nobody can even deny this. Like
Yeah.
I don't watch sports, and especially in like India-Pakistan match, still if you when you don't see it, you still know what is happening, and it's a big occasion, and then you can actually feel it in the whole country. I know I can tell you how it happens in Pakistan, like the markets are closed and everybody is at home or wherever they've arranged with their friends to watch the match. And you know, like the drama that the news channels create in our countries, how do they portray like this? It's nothing less than a war. Like it's not a match, it's a war between both of them. And both the media like portrays it like our players are not like, they're like army soldiers, and each one has their own profile, which one is the best, and more like a gaming profile they're just showing for this one particular player. And then how he's gonna smash the other player team, and like this one player will do that and the other player will do that.
Yeah, of course. Like generally what happens is like, because the more especially the media of India and Pakistan are like, they're not like the British BBC media where they just sit in a suit and then they give the news and then they go. It's like more like, we have brought the latest, ताज़ा तरीन खबर आ रही है इंडिया के कैंप से या पाकिस्तान के कैंप से खबर आ रही है हमारे पास के उनके बहुत ही एक, like today I was listening to a news where it says that आज हम ताज़ा तरीन आपके लिए खबर लाए हैं कि इंडिया के दो बहुत ही मेजर प्लेयर नहीं खेलेंगे, श्रेयस अय्यर और KL राहुल नहीं खेलेंगे. And I was like, listen,
it's a good thing.
It's a good thing for India that KL Rahul. It's actually bad for Pakistan, not for India that KL Rahul is not playing.
Yeah.
But if KL Rahul, if you're watching this, I'm just kidding. I'm a huge fan. I hope this goes so big that it reaches KL Rahul.
I would say, I think as a joke, I would say if KL Rahul is not playing, like who will get out of the first ball?
Yeah, I mean that's the whole
Maybe
point.
Rohit.
But Rohit gets out at the second ball.
Second
Yeah,
ball,
second
yeah.
ball.
Either second ball or he
Third
goes
ball.
till like end
Until
of the
25.
Yeah.
end of the innings. But yeah, generally like it's always the media that creates the hype. And there was this question we were just talking before the podcast that before the 2019 World Cup there was this interviewer who asked Virat Kohli that how's the pressure, blah blah blah, and Virat Kohli was like, yeah, it's like a really it's everything, this is hype and blah blah blah. Inside the field it's just a normal match and all those things. So yeah, I mean from the players' perspective, I've never played, but like from players' perspective, I think of course because of that huge crowd that's cheering, that's of course putting on the pressure, but more of the pressure is off the field, where it's like it's being portrayed as it's really big, and of course it is big. There's no denial to it, because so like around hundreds of millions of people were watching that match, and they have. It's not just a regular match that you're watching. There are emotions connected to that match, and the TV media channels, news channels, actually capitalize on that emotion to their benefit. So that's how the thing is.
It's business.
Both the countries have like very superstitious backgrounds also, like religiously or something, like those elements are included every way. But like, are there special rituals that like people actually do for their teams just to win? Because like I said, it's more of big of a war outside the field than inside the field.
Yeah.
Generally in Pakistan, it's like, I don't remember some particular
like we
rituals,
just
no, it's just like, okay, just go
we
pray,
just make duas,
pray. So in India, like all those mandirs and all, like I've heard on the news and all that, so and so mandir at some place
the same thing,
performing. And then, but one of the most important thing, like one of the most famous things, not important, I would say, superstitions, is that don't move. It's don't move, because if India's playing well, if they score, if the players scoring.
What do you mean, like don't move?
Like, so for example, don't go to no. So yeah, so like the match is going on, and let's say a player is like really playing well and he's scoring, or if a bowler is really bowling well and he's either dot balls or wickets. It's just don't move, don't go to washroom, don't go to anywhere else, just sit, just don't move, just don't like walk around or something. That's a superstition, that don't move. And I don't know if you've watched that movie 83.
83, yeah. When Kapil Dev is batting.
I haven't.
Oh yeah, of course you won't watch 83.
So there is this scene where Kapil Dev is like scoring 175 in a Zimbabwe match.
Yeah.
And the team will be like 17 for 5 or something.
17 for 4 or 5.
17 for 4 or 5, and then Kapil Dev comes back and scores a single-handed 175 match. And the scene behind is like, they will not like let the players move around when Kapil Dev is batting. So
in the dressing room, you mean?
In the dressing room,
everyone was still, that no one just moved because Kapil Dev is scoring, and then he went on to score 175. So that's a superstition basically. It's not really, of course it's not related to the field, on field anything. It's not like if I moved, we are a population of 1.3 billion people. And like, if it's not like, if I move, like over there, someone who has trained 30 years of his life would be getting out because I moved. Like, that's like, but again, it's
not like the whole population like stops, like it's standing still just for the
I mean, that, of course, but like that's a superstition that, okay, if I move, this player may play bad, or he may get out, or he may go for a 6 basically if he's bowling or something. So that's the superstition that we generally in India have. I don't believe in it.
Do you remember any superstition from Pakistan? I don't remember. Extreme.
I think one thing I literally saw sometime, like there is like that Peer Saab, who I don't know where is he from, like the person who like shoo the Shuf Baba, like he used to do that. I think I'm doing it for the team. I think I've heard that, I've seen that somewhere. Even I'm not sure, like I'm not 100% sure like he did that, but I think I've heard that like he was doing this for the.
So did we win that match?
I don't know. About like the controversy that was happening for the Asia Cup also, like it was supposed to happen in Pakistan, as we all know, and nobody can deny this, and there are still people who are denying this, but then and then there was a lot of controversy around it, like
I mean of course people say that sports and politics are two different things, but then the sports bodies are governed by political entities, right? So like, even if you see in Pakistan, all the people from the at the executive level of cricket, like the cricket boards and all, and in India, both are, if not directly political, somehow politically linked. So you really can't say that, okay, this is completely sports and politics has nothing to do with it. And of course the politics came into play, where to be honest, BCCI didn't want to actually send their Indian side to Pakistan to play. And
By the way, why? Because are you too scared of Pakistan?
it's not about scared. Yeah, actually we are scared for our lives because of the security issues.
Other teams don't have any life priorities or something.
No, because because they don't have Virat Kohli, right? They don't have world famous players.
Have a, like world class team, so why are you afraid?
Yeah.
No, we are actually a world class team. That's why we are playing the World Cup. We are hosting.
So they can go
We are-
to West Indies and then get. I don't know what happened there. Like I think you know better what happened there just right now.
We were
Before
just.
that, what happened?
It was India team C.
Bangladesh itself.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Like where is that?
Yeah, I mean it's just about the that one thing that I say is that it's not just about the security. It's not about being scared or something like that. Of course, like India played Pakistan in UAE, and UAE is the second home ground of Pakistan,
Who
right?
made that? You guys made that. Like
No,
we
no.
never wanted to.
You guys, firstly, I didn't make it. Just to be clear, I have.
Let's call it ICC.
Let's go.
Yeah,
I'm not ICC. I wish I was ICC.
call it BCC.
No, ICC powered by BCC.
I mean, BCCI is funding ICC, so why not?
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, definitely that's a political move. There's no denial in that. But one thing that I would advocate for moving, Asia Cup from Pakistan. Of course, I say that from a sports perspective, it's not the best move because people of Pakistan actually deserve to host such events because this is not fair to them as a cricketing nation, as people who are fans who want to see, like there's always this thing, like for example Virat Kohli, I think he has never played in Pakistan and he has got a huge fan following actually in Pakistan. And so for cricket fans, it's like a really unfortunate thing. From the perspective of Indian players, I can just empathize with them that okay, when they are playing in Pakistan, players who have never played in Pakistan for the past 20 years or something, not exactly 20 years, but like a really long time, they may not be completely feeling secure. And when they step on the field, even though they are physically fit, they are not mentally, at complete, at that point where they can actually perform at their level best. And they may not be completely, because of the political reasons, they may not be, and of course the media and all those things, they may not be at complete, mental peace while going to play for the cricket. So that's one thing that I would advocate. But again, as a cricket fan, I think Pakistan deserves this opportunity to actually host some of the events, because why not? Because Pakistani team is good, Pakistani fans are good. They deserve it.
That's our question also. Why not?
Yeah, I mean, but why not is, again, the answer is because of the reason, like politics behind it. And yeah, to one person I can say yeah, but like moving it to Sri Lanka was
what
like,
I would say, like it was never an issue because in Pakistan it's been like past 20 years we've never seen any cricket happening there also. If this doesn't happen, it was not even a big shock for us. But I'm happy even we've got the 4 matches, so we are actually clear about one aspect. Okay, who is actually the culprit who doesn't want any cricket in Pakistan? All the other team was there. And this is the only one team who actually is the culprit.
Who is actually controlling?
Of having cricket in Pakistan.
I mean, who brings the money controls everything.
People would love to see Indian team in Pakistan.
Of course.
Kohli never been to Pakistan, right?
Yeah.
Maybe, I think he's never been, but like
maybe this is going to be his last World Cup or maybe the next one, and then why would
who knows? Maybe he turns out like Afridi saying that अब मैं retire हो रहा हूँ, अब मैं retire हूँ, फिर retire नहीं हो रहा, फिर retire हो रहा.
Still, people would love to see him play in Pakistan, but
yeah, that's something like मुल्तान का सुल्तान तो एक है, अब कोई लाहौर का भी सुल्तान बन जाए, कोहली बन जाए.
Love to host him, but still.
Yeah, I mean, I hope that someday it happens, and
Is it like this मुल्तान के सुल्तान भी उन्हें बोला कि बन गया, then it thought कि जिंक्स ना हो जाए, दोबारा नहीं जाना.
वो मुल्तान के सुल्तान होने के बाद भी उसने बहुत क्रिकेट खेला गया था पाकिस्तान इंडिया. It happened in Pakistan actually, but yeah, hoping that someday actually the problem would be actually solved, and like people from India can go, and not only the events happening in Pakistan, but also that people from different parts of the world, including India, going to Pakistan and watching the matches in Pakistan. That would be like really good, not just as a fan, but also as normal citizens of two countries basically.
Yeah, but then again, we can only talk, I think.
I
don't see anything happening.
Yeah, so if I become like the Prime Minister or something, I'll keep that in mind. I'll take your request into account.
Okay.
I'll give it to my secretary, Bharat.
And then you will say, okay, still you will say, okay, we can have like one match there, and then later half of the matches, more than half of the matches we can shift.
Yeah, I mean, we are generous, but
Some
not over generous.
Where our team can perform better.
It's not all, no.
Our team won't have too much mental pressure.
No. It's
athletes, so they should have.
They are athletes, not soldiers, right? They can't go into enemy.
Pakistan versus India, it's a war, so I feel pretty.
Nah, it's not. I mean, again, coming back.
It's okay for Pakistan to play under pressure in front of millions of Indian crowd, but it's not okay for Indians to play.
No, but like you don't have like life threat when you are playing in India, right? Yeah. But like,
so all the enemies are there only in Pakistan against Indian teams.
I mean, ask Sri Lankan team. They will tell you.
They still came back. Australia came back to play. New Zealand came to play. England came to play.
Maybe that's a tactic that okay, let Indians also come, and then. But yeah, that's a joke.
Came to play except India.
Yeah, so let's deviate from this hot topic.
Political, and we started with it's political.
Yeah, it's too much.
Okay, guys. So we have so many memories attached to the contest between our two countries. We share a very rich historical background on the game itself. Like I remember watching that match in 2007 when Misbah Haq hit that blunder shot in the very last over. I think he had single-handedly taken the Pakistan. It was like about to win the match. The whole nation was very excited, and so was I. I remember I was sitting with my family at home. Praying actually, and then I was like excited, okay, now it's gonna happen, and then suddenly that shot came, and then the whole thing turned into the saddest moment of the life, kind of, you say, and that was like one of the like biggest memories that I still remember from an India-Pakistan match. What about you guys? Do you guys still have something to share about those memories?
About that match, that specific night. उस रात अपन 2 बजे तक पिया. It was not very good night, but so that's the only thing I remember from that match, that very last shot. Even I don't remember anything from the Champions Trophy, the 2017 I know we won that, but that's it. My memory is not that good, but I do remember the last 3 matches from the 2021 and the last 2 matches from the Asia Cup.
But yeah, there was one more match in which that my memory lane kind of thing, that 20, you're missing that match, and rightly so. The last match that India and Pakistan played, it was T20 World Cup 2022, in which Virat Kohli hit that brilliant 6 to Haris Rauf for straight down the ground. That was like, I mean, of course 2007 was a really opposite to what you feel. It was a very good night for me because we won.
It was like, like it was a very legendary.
But like apart from that,
moment, I would say was for Virat.
And also the thing is, we had to like make a comeback. We didn't. We lost in our 2007 World Cup. And this team actually, like, it was led by like Dhoni, and this was the first time we had to like lift the cup without any like
senior players like
Sachin and Sehwag. Sehwag was there.
Sehwag was there.
Saurav
Ganguly wasn't there. Dravid wasn't there. It was just a new team, a young team basically. As I say. So that.
In short, you won because Pakistan lost.
Yeah, but like how was the whole atmosphere? Where did you watch it?
So I remember it was actually Ramzan at that point of time, and I remember like it was, we had invited some people over. So it was like already some, people sitting and watching it together. And then suddenly, something happened, and then I had to go somewhere. And then suddenly my father's mobile started ringing, and then I was with my dad, and we weren't watching. So the last 2 overs we couldn't watch. So suddenly my father's mobile started ringing. So my father picked up the phone, and then his friend was there, Mubarak ho, India jeet gayi. And then at that point of time, we were like just kind of, I kind of knew that India was going to lose. But then suddenly we got that call. And it was like...
Which match are you talking about?
The 2007 match actually.
Oh, okay.
It was actually in Ramzan. I was like in maybe 5th grade or something like that. And I was with my father. So we were watching the match. The last over, something came up and we had to step out. And then we thought India's eventually going to lose because Misbah, as you said, was playing really well. But then my father got a call and he was like his friend, Mubarak ho, India jeet gayi. So that was.
Misbah was playing good, because if he would have been playing good, we wouldn't.
I mean, yeah, he tried his best,
Doing
but
the
like you can only do so much in front of Dhoni captaincy, right?
I think your bowler actually, I think Joginder Sharma was the bowler.
Joginder Sharma was the bowler. Ishant Sharma caught the match.
did his worst.
Not Ishant, it's Srishant.
Srishant, sorry, no, it was Srishant. Sorry. So yeah, it was Srishant, not Ishant. Yeah.
No,
But yeah,
I think Misbah actually played that shot really well throughout the series.
Yeah,
like,
exactly. Nobody
remembers
the
that.
first person who was actually talking like
Yeah,
that.
because,
I think that is one of the go-to shot. I've been actually watching him since Team A, like Pakistan A used to play, and he used to be a captain of Pakistan A for so many years. And I actually liked that play because of this shot, and he used to play that shot very well.
Yeah.
And throughout the series, he used to play.
He used to play that.
Yeah.
And I think he played a lot of that shot before the matches. And in that match also, he played one shot. And I think that's why he went for it.
yeah, but
we
then
wanted to be a hero.
yeah, but then
His
something.
flagship shot.
Yeah, but then there was some mastermind called Dhoni who put the fielder, and eventually, I mean, that's like one of the most, especially because 2007 was the early stage of T20 cricket, right? Such shots were you don't find such shots in Test cricket or ODI generally, but that was, I mean, nowadays it's really common. Such shots, but like that was eventually, putting the fielder over there, that was something.
What I remember and what we are missing also is the first match of the T20 Cup, like 2007. The match.
The tie with the penalty
Ball out.
penalty ball outs. Yeah, that was something.
Was really.
Videos, but I don't remember that.
These are like one of what we discussed are like some of the few matches that have been like, as a 90s kids, basically these are the matches which are like inside our head, basically either on the losing side or on the winning side. These are like, I think,
I wanted to just know like what would be your after effects of a match. Like for example, for me, I don't take it personally. I just go sleep on it, wake up and go. But what about you guys? Like in India and
exactly
What? Are you not an Indian or something? Where is
it's just.
Where's your patriotism?
Yeah, where is your patriotism? Where is
I mean, it doesn't
rush your
affect.
blood?
It just doesn't affect me. I just don't feel like taking it to the next day. So I just want to keep it there and just go with it.
Yeah, that's exactly how.
But like
I
exactly
go from
what
there.
happens just after the match?
Yeah, just after the match, I feel disappointed. Like if India loses, and if India wins, I feel excited. And yeah, I mean, it doesn't go for more than an hour. Like I just watch the news and what others have to say.
You shouldn't watch the news actually after
No, every person is normal. It's the news channels.
Yeah, exactly. Because I
don't think, because like even after you lose a match, because you're emotionally connected to it, you are emotionally invested in it. If you're losing the match, of course you have all the rights to actually be pissed off at the team and feel bad. But the thing is that, as a matured person, so as a kid, maybe it would have been bothering us like for like 2 or 3 days. But as you mature, as you grow up, you realize that, okay, it's just a match.
Yeah, exactly.
So, I mean, if you win, it's not just a match. It's like, oh my God, it's pride and patriotism.
And
but when you lose, it's just like, hey, it's a match. And, as he said, like you sleep over it and you're fine.
I think
It's just going to be okay.
That's the exact moment which all the TV channels capitulate on that. I think.
Yeah, I mean, just soon after that.
Yes.
And after that, they try to capitalize like, okay, like after effects, like they say, oh, Pakistan mein jeetne ke baad ye hua, falane hua.
Yeah, I think
or
we
like
see a lot of
Pakistan, if India won, they're like, oh, Pakistan mein ye TV todi gayi, and they bring that in.
This TV todi gayi was this. This always happen in India. And
No, it never happens in India. It doesn't happen.
It doesn't happen in Pakistan. We are like a poor nation, bro. We don't even have that.
Okay.
So bad self-burn.
Exactly. Yeah.
Honestly.
I mean, we are also a poor country. We also can't afford new TVs.
I've heard like people were actually, I think in World Cup or something when.
All the World Cups we have won.
No, India.
What are you talking about?
About India when lost like very badly, and then there were people who are demonstrating something outside the Dhoni's home or something like that.
Yeah, it was 2007 World Cup. 2007 World
So, like,
Cup.
these things never happen in Pakistan. Like, nobody burns their houses, nobody attacks their houses.
Yeah. Actually, it was the effigies that were burned. Like, उसके अंदर वो पुतले बना के उनके फिर वो जलाया गया था, but not really an attack. Of course, like because earlier it used to be in that format where people used to go because everyone knew where Dhoni lives, everyone knew where Sachin lives, so they used to go outside their house and protest and burn their effigies. But now it's not like that, because now we've got the social media, everyone has an opinion because they've got a smartphone, so it's more like an online abuse kind of thing, that isko hatao, ye kaun hai, ye to aisa hai, ye to bech diya isne desh ko.
TV todna thing is, even if you watch online or something, even if you news channel present it, it's all your own videos. Like
No, we have seen videos.
We have seen videos.
show any one video, like
I mean,
put it in front of you. Show one video.
You can hear the TV breaking actually.
That video is out of context.
No, that is not out of context.
This is out of context.
Yeah.
I mean, if you
Who
want,
knows why is breaking the TV?
Yeah, I mean, you can't guarantee the.
I've seen like the video from India.
I
Like
find-
they actually
no,
are
no,
debating on this on the streets.
again, that's something like that happens,
Yeah, I
and
mean,
and even if, like, to be honest, I've never seen anyone break a
I'm
TV,
just
neither
saying it's because
in
we
India or
talk
anywhere.
about the after effects and aftershocks. And
Yeah, so it's just like, I think the after effects just last for like a couple of hours basically, and then
Yeah, it doesn't.
and
like-
basically and the matches end during the end of the
You
day.
see this video after the Champions Trophy?
जो तस्वीरें अब हमारे सामने आई है, जरा जल्दी से वो अब आपको दिखा देते हैं। कानपुर से तस्वीर सामने आई है, कानपुर से तस्वीर सामने आई है। ये देखिए।
मारो मुझे मारो.
That's after the Champions Trophy.
yeah, but and it's
I mean-
by all the news channel.
हम तो कहीं के नहीं रहे. But yeah, generally it's not in India. It's generally because they show like, oh, Pakistan में ऐसे TV तोड़ी गई, and that's the reason that one of the jokes that is there, that is that as Indians we want to gift Pakistanis TV insurances so that tomorrow if Pakistan loses they have TV insurances to actually break their TVs.
Actually, you want to earn from the insurance money.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, BCCI is earning well enough to shift the matches from Pakistan to Sri Lanka.
Squeeze any money you get from
Is
Pakistan.
that like BCCI?
This is business. I did business.
I think
business.
IPL is the biggest source of earning for BCCI, right?
What?
Yeah, it's IPL, and of course, yeah. But like generally, IPL is like one of the biggest, basically the leagues in the world. Like NFL, I think in US
Wow.
and
Yeah,
maybe.
it's just behind NFL.
Yeah, I think it's even greater than NBA, which is like crazy. The amount of money that's been invested in that.
One disadvantage, what I see, like it's my personal perspective, I've seen it, like because you don't allow Indian players also to play other leagues, right?
Yeah.
It's all insane. So what I've seen, like other players from the other nations, they just play around the world and play the leagues, and I think the quality of their play has increased like way better than how Indian players are. I think they're lacking those things right now. Like how we see like all the other teams that they play, like they get a bigger exposure, more exposure in the different countries, playing in the different conditions all around the year. But Indian is like only restricted to the play.
Yeah, that's
So Indian players don't even play other.
no,
they're not
they
allowed
can
to
just
play
like
anything.
either you
I
have
thought
to.
they don't just play PSL, but they don't even.
No,
play
No, you have
They
to.
just-
No,
they
nothing.
just play county cricket, but
County
County
cricket is
cricket is
because
separate.
it's test basically,
Test.
but like you can't. They really, if they
They
want to
don't,
play.
like for example in Big Bash.
No, no, no.
No, no,
They don't
no,
play.
no. Basically, you have to actually. You have to give up your Indian, like you have to give up. You have to declare your retirement from the Indian cricket altogether. Then you can go, and that's majorly because they want to attract all these big Indian names like Virat Kohli, Mahendra Singh Dhoni for the IPL, because that is what makes the IPL exclusive. Because not only like the other players from all other countries except of course Pakistan play in the IPL, but you would get these Indian players just in the IPL.
But if you allow them to play them in the other team, still they would play for the IPL also.
No,
it's just about the exclusiveness.
It's going to be a competitor of IPL.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
they said, like Virat Kohli exclusive was never won like any of the seasons.
Virat Kohli, RCB. I'm so sorry for you.
No,
You're from Bangalore, right?
I like CSK, so
Oh my God, Bangalore guy supporting CSK. That's so
a
bad.
different video.
That's
Yeah, but I think that's a good point. Like it's an exclusivity that
yeah. That's the whole point, and that's
because
what-
just I can just imagine Dhoni playing for some other team like Jamaica and all these. I can't even watch stuff such.
I mean, like you cannot watch, but I mean the quality of the cricket itself is like.
Yeah, I mean, where do you draw the line between? Of course, because now cricket is not just a sport; it's a multi-billion thing, as we said.
Money,
it's like one of the biggest. So where do you draw the line between making the money from capitalizing on cricket and expanding cricket as a sport? So this has always been
BCCI is already like making money from cricket.
Yeah, and that's the whole point.
Expanding the cricket.
Yeah. So, and like there's like this thing about BCCI that BCCI is trying to actually keep the number of teams lesser. So that India has more matches, so that the revenues come in more. So that's how it is.
Okay, so guys, I think let's come to today's match. Like finally, we didn't want, as I said in the starting of the podcast, we don't want to be an expert here, the analyst. We're not there, not even wanna be analysts. Still, like we as a fan, like what do you see? How do you see how is today's match gonna happen, and would be the outcome in your opinion?
So we don't have KL Rahul, unfortunately.
Actually, yeah, because like
he's actually playing from
the world class, world class bowler Shaheen Shah Afridi will have 1 wicket lesser.
But we do have Rohit Sharma.
Number 2,
so hopefully he, as usual, gets out on the second ball.
Or Pakistan?
I mean,
I'm
Dil se Hindustani hai.
I'm supporting Pakistan, but KL Rahul, he actually comes to give push to Pakistan.
Okay.
They give the momentum.
Yeah.
I mean, like the same way Fakhar Zaman plays for India, KL Rahul plays for Pakistan.
Yeah, you can say that. But KL Rahul is like on another level. Yeah. So it's like
Yeah, KL Rahul is like first ball.
And the
Fakhar Zaman is like fourth ball.
You
Yeah.
can say KL Rahul is very consistent.
Yeah, KL Rahul has been consistent. Fakhar Zaman has been like, that's good, but yeah.
So after KL Rahul, there's Rohit. So then you.
But this time you were actually getting Shubman Gill. Actually, Shubman Gill's gonna play. I mean, still the squad isn't out as we are recording this podcast.
He was also there in West Indies. Yeah, so didn't.
No, he actually scored a century.
In one game.
I mean, Babar Azam scored against Nepal. So he's still.
Babar has been scoring in the series. Like it's not like in a series of matches. He's like scored against so many other. The past few months only in the series.
Yeah, I mean, like
Can I present some stats?
It's okay. It's okay. They will lose. Don't worry. Hey,
Of Virat Kohli.
Yeah, you can actually. That's
Virat
your
Kohli
point.
versus Babar Azam in ODI.
Keep it to today's match only. What is happening?
Yeah, you can win the matches in stats, not in real life.
Stats.
Yeah. Tell your impression about today's match. What do you think is gonna happen?
So,
Apart from the KL
I think
Rahul.
the Pakistan team is quite strong. So I don't even know any players in Indian cricket team except Kohli and Rohit and some other guys.
KL
Rahul was
No,
actually not playing. But other than that, I don't see any. Is Pandya playing?
Yeah, Pandya should be playing. I
I
mean,
don't know. So I don't think so. Like how Pandya said, like we can make 2 different teams.
that's 2020.
So
that's like
that's-
2020.
but I'm
so-
only afraid.
but like still we don't see any other players like they have for India to come and replace. I don't think so. They have any.
There's like Tilak Varma, this new player. I'm sure you have never
Is
heard.
Sky playing?
Is he gonna play?
Sky is. I mean, the squad isn't out. I can't say so. What I think is like
Like, at
Shubman-
least you have the 15. You're just not sure about the 11.
Tilak Varma is there.
Okay.
Tilak Varma is a new player actually, and he's been performing really well in the IPL.
Middle order.
Yeah, he's like number 4, basically number 4, number 5. Good hitter, and they have actually, like earlier, if you remember from the previous matches, Surya Kumar Yadav used to come after Virat Kohli at number 4. Now they are bringing down Surya Kumar Yadav to number 6. So yeah, I think it's gonna be Shubman Gill, Rohit Sharma, of course Virat Kohli, Hardik Pandya. Probably Shreyas Iyer is gonna play tomorrow. Ishan Kishan is also a good option, but like definitely all these players. The more concerning, so in terms of batting, India has got the batting depth because Jadeja, he's gonna play tomorrow probably, and he really knows how to bat. Pandya balls, bats. So the depth of batting is there. What India really needs to work on is that Jasprit Bumrah is just after an injury. Mohammad Shami, he's a good bowler, but like some days are bad days for him. Siraj also. So what India is lacking right now is the bowling part. India's got a batting depth. All of the players basically are the match winning players, but it's just about who. Whenever it's India Pakistan, to be honest, I feel it's a 50-50 match, and all things, even if you look at it, it just comes down to who actually calms their nerves. That's it. So for example, the last match that India-Pakistan played, for example, with let me tell you, like Virat Kohli, who held his nerve, so it was falling apart. Virat Kohli held his nerve and he won the match. For example, before that, the Asia Cup that Pakistan won, Pakistan match, there were 2 Asia Cups, as you said, matches in the Asia Cup. In the Super 4 that Pakistan won, I think it was number 4 and number 5 and number 6 batsmen of Pakistan. I don't remember, it was I think Asif and someone, Asif Ali and someone else, who held their basically nerves and they won the match. And like if you remember that Arshdeep Singh dropped the catch, and because he didn't have the nerves, basically
We
he
also
didn't.
remember the other.
But
catch
apart from being a very critical analyst, which I also asked you to avoid, just as a fan, what do you think?
That's the whole point, that it's gonna be 50-50, but it's just gonna come down to who has.
What your heart say as a fan? Cricket
Of course, I'm gonna say India because.
Yeah, that's what I want to hear. It's not.
Why?
Like what this person is doing.
It's
what
way
you do.
obvious. Like, firstly, it's way obvious that as an Indian, I want India to win as a Pakistani.
So is that still 50-50 as an Indian fan?
As an Indian fan, of course, I would say it's like 60-40.
Okay.
I would like to believe that.
Okay, and who is 40 here?
Of course, Pakistan's 40 and India 60.
Okay, thank you.
But like,
For me, it's 80-20.
80.
yeah, I mean,
Versus
but
Pakistan.
Oh.
But yeah, I mean, I'm a realistic person. It's never 80-20, to be honest. India Pakistan can
It's
never be
especially
It's
80-20.
going to be.
So let's review some of the memes from both of the countries. You know, like our.
The meme market is hot actually right
Yeah,
now.
it's very
Favorite thing.
hard, and I think people are very creative off the field also. So this is number 1 from, I don't know, it's from Indian side or Pakistan side.
यस माय सन उधर क्या ऐसी क्या चीज है जो बच्चों को डरा रही है
You can just hope. You can just hope. उम्मीद पे दुनिया कायम है, तुम भी उम्मीद रखो बस, और क्या.
This one is
हाँ पता है कौन है फोन पे? कौन मालिक बोल रहे हैं? तेरा कॉल. साले फटाफट फूट यहाँ से. साले क्या सोचता है तू अपने बारे में हरामी? साले तू मरेगा नहीं, तू सड़ेगा. साले तुझे जला के तेरी राख से कल सुबह तक दांत साफ नहीं किए तो तू देखना. और तेरी माँ का नाका. और तेरी माँ.
Rajpal Yadav is like the OG.
how we fans actually fight.
I mean the fact that you have to show Khali and Indian as the Pakistani bowlers says a lot about it.
बेकार है भैया, मैं तो टूट गया मैं तो अब.
This rain is like gonna be a major factor.
Yeah, I mean
हो
look
गया
at
यार
the
मैं तो.
percentages and it's like you just open. I mean just open. If you do that, yeah, you can see actually it's like rainy throughout the day.
आप लोग रोना बंद कीजिए. मेरे तक आवाज आ रही है.
आवाज आ रही है, आप लोग रोना बंद
Why is
कीजिए.
it calling like Pakistani fans?
Because we care about Pakistanis. Yeah.
Indian fans.
Don't just care about us, send us money.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, you want money also now
Purchase
from
in the
us.
paisa double.
Okay, this one is from Rohit Sharma.
7 बार एशिया कप उठाना, दुनिया की नंबर 1 टीम कहलाना, नए वर्ल्ड रिकॉर्ड्स बनाना, पर इस सब में वो प्राइड कहाँ, जो प्राइड 140 करोड़ इंडियन फैंस के मुंह से ये सुनने में.
पाकिस्तान जिंदाबाद इंडिया दी भैन दी सिरी
140 crore Indian. They're not gonna say that.
One is when ICT fans ask Indian team to bowl more than 140 kilometers per hour.
Then Rohit Sharma says.
So we don't have the capacity.
I mean, Jasprit Bumrah is like injured, but like you'll see.
No,
I mean,
we have
they've
a
got-
stock, new stock.
Yeah, Umran Malik. Yeah, but he's at the polishing stage. He'll be a good player. Train him, and then we'll bring in.
Once the player comes to the field, he's playing. You don't have any excuses like he's 25, he's there.
No, but he's got a longer period of time he can play cricket
To
and
improve his
so he can improve. Of course, he's got the speed, but he's got the pace. But like trying to nurture that and polish that and make the length line and hopefully some swing for you.
How relevant is this?
Oh my God! I mean, we were just talking about just like how much like what's the game gonna be, how are the chances, but like much of the chances are also on this. Like if Urvashi shows up tomorrow, Pakistan's gonna win. Because Naseem Shah's gonna be like on top of his game if Urvashi shows up tomorrow.
Top of the game. Yeah.
Ardent stuff. Yeah, I hope she doesn't. I hope.
Maybe just stop on the
I hope like Sri Lanka rejects her visa and she doesn't show up in the India party.
I think let's go for we are the number third.
That's us. Then there's rain waiting for us.
What is this Rahul Dravid doing?
Rahul Dravid?
He's a coach.
Rahul Dravid
Experimenting.
is the other experiment.
Rahul Dravid is the coach of Indian cricket team.
So what he does experiments?
I mean, probably because he's trying. Like in the past, I think 2 years or 2.5 years, you can see like many 7 captains have actually captained the Indian cricket team.
Mm-hmm.
Like Shikhar Dhawan, Rohit Sharma is of course the captain, Hardik Pandya, Shikhar Dhawan.
Okay, let's go.
What is Noble thinking about? He's thinking about winning the Royal. Well, he's a pit bull.
Then it was Hong Kong, now it's Nepal.
Okay, so this one is batting ऐसी करो
कि 4 लोग घुटने पर आ जाएं. हाँ, क्या बात है. सारे आपके सूरमा ही हैं. सारे
cut and paste from I think 4
ये सारे सूरमा आपके जिनके ऊपर आप फख्र कर रहे हैं.
Sitting to wait. When will your next player batsman will come?
वो देख रहे हो?
Sitting to wait.
They are not waiting.
Waiting
वो
for the
थोड़ा
next
देखो.
batsman.
They're waiting send some good player.
Yeah.
हाँ, वो good
He's
player
one-
ही.
he's
वो
one-
ऊपर 18 नंबर दिख रहा है, वो good player का ही है.
Look at him, he's going back to the stadium.
With a bat up, oh my God, you are losing the context. How blind can someone be?
He's going along. Maybe he was just doing this. How do you do that? So, oh shit.
Yeah.
And they was just kept.
यार मेरे को तो ऐसा धक 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 हो रहा है. मेरे को भी हो रहा देखिए.
यार धक तो हो गई है जब इंडिया पाकिस्तान का मैच होता है तो. And yeah.
Okay, that's the end of the meme section, I would say. Like, wonderful it was to see all these memes from both the nation, and I think this is what the whole the contest is about. Like, the spirit of the game lies behind is this, like the love of the people and the emotion of the people that are associated with this.
Thanks for Mehdi and Tausi for joining. It's been wonderful.
Thank
to
you.
share like
Thank
different
you.
perspectives
Thank
of your cricketing knowledge.
And thank you guys. Just stay tuned. We will come with more exciting content next time. Till then, take care. Bye bye.